Afternoon all, this is Tim. You'll have to forgive the sound of the doors creaking in the background, but I've had to ventilate the workshop as I've been using acrylic. More of that in a moment. The thing I've been looking at for the past couple of days is producing homemade decals or decals, transfers by another name, to use for some of the smaller placards and signage on the turrets and a few other bits and pieces. These paper, which I'll put a link to at the bottom of the film, the paper used to do this is printable with an inkjet printer, and it comes in two types. One is clear, so that you can print, say, the registration letter of an aircraft onto a rectangular clear background, and then place that on the fuselage, and all you'll see is the letter. The other type is white, and that's what you would use if you had, say, a rectangular shape which you could trim accurately to size, and then the transfer would be completely coloured, and you tend to get a stronger colour. And more critically, if you want to produce any white or light coloured information on the graphical information on the transfer, that's the one that you need. So I got caught out because I only got the clear type, so I've had to order the other one as well. But yeah, I've had a go and it works really well. So the first thing to do is to just use your inkjet printer. You'll need to fiddle around with this a bit because you need a very high definition image that's very small, so it took me a lot of tinkering with unusual settings on the printer to get the high number of pixels that you need per centimetre, but also very small size. It's just something you have to investigate for yourself till you get the hang of, really. But it produced these sheets. I'll try and bring this a bit closer so you can see the sort of thing that I've done. So if you notice the large rectangular one, that's for the graphical information on the side of an old-fashioned brass Pyrene fire extinguisher. So to show you the effect of that, I've got two fire extinguishers here. This is the first one. It's not had the decal applied yet. It's been airbrushed in brass and then finished off with some mixed copper and black with the brass in different quantities, just to sort of give it a slightly vintage old look, because it was just overly striking when it was left in as a natural brass. All these are Alclad paints, by the way. And then here's the first go at the first extinguisher. And you notice this was done with the clear type of decal, so the brass paint underneath shows right through any bits that had no information printed on the decal, but the decal itself is rectangular. And I am quite pleased with that. I have no idea if you can, see if I can bring that closer and you can actually see the... So by eye, possibly not in the camera, you can actually read most of the instructions. Now this was not derived from a photograph, this was hand done just with a sort of basic paint program and using different fonts, and where I couldn't do that, so for the Pyrene logo, I used the point-to-point selection feature, and then just to define the shape of the letters, and then filled them with a sort of fill in all the above feature on the program. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. It's coming out quite well. So there's the fire extinguisher. Now there are lots of these that will go on the turrets. There's the plates that tell the gunners which guns are fitted to that particular turret. Sorry, tell the armourers rather. Just for fun, I've put a stolen pub licensing sign, which I might put on one of the turrets for a giggle. There's also the red traverse lock things. They'll need to be redone on the white paper as opposed to the clear one. And various other placards that are to be found around the turret. I'm still waiting on Polish translations of some of these, so there may be more to add. Having printed them, you wait about 3 minutes and then spray it with an acrylic varnish like this. It's important to do this in a really well ventilated workshop with no naked flames, because it's vicious stuff, it's really horrible. So I basically sprayed it and ran away, left the doors open. I would suggest a respirator would be a fair bet if you're doing any amount of this. And the deal is lots of light coats, so light coat spray from about a foot away, and then repeat 2 or 3 times after that. And then it's simply a matter of cutting the desired shape out with scissors, or a standing knife, not a standing knife, a scalpel, and then placing them in water and applying them in the normal way. I have found with these that on the clear transfer sheet anyway, there are 2 little gotchas. One is that the larger the physical transfer, the more fragile they are. So it's important to, for the larger ones, to print several extra copies of what you ultimately want. The second thing is that the transfer paper doesn't extend the full size. The actual usable transfer doesn't expect the full size. There's a little border on it. So have a good look at it when you taking out the envelope rather, and have a careful look as to where that transfer surface ends, because you'll need, when you print it, you'll need to make sure that you're inside that value. And again, I got caught like that, so learn from the mistakes. All the links you need are at the bottom of the post. I hope you find this useful, and if any of you want artwork produced for transfers, give me a shout, and we'll see what we can do. It's fairly straightforward. It's not particularly time consuming. There you go.